Hi, this is David with DK Cattle Company. Today I wanted to make a quick video talking about the bare minimum amount of land you need to bring cows onto your property. First, let's talk about the things every cow needs throughout the year. They need as much fresh grass as possible, hay for when that fresh grass runs out, a mineral supplement to make up for any nutrient that is lacking in the grass or hay, shade in the summertime to get out of the heat, and a three-sided structure to get out of the cold wind and rain and snow of the winter time. But that's really it. The only difference between a cow that has acres and acres of land and a cow that has very little space is the amount of fresh grass that they're going to have. A cow that has not a lot of space is going to be on hay most of the year, where a cow with a lot of space is typically going to be on hay for most of the winter months. So with all that being said, with those basic requirements and that only being the only difference, there really is no minimum amount of space a cow needs. It really comes down to personal discretion and manure and mud management. Where we live in Northeast Ohio, we go through a lot of freeze-thaw cycles. We get a lot of rain in the summertime. If I had a couple cows on a small area, they're going to tear up that area pretty good. It's going to become mud and just a dirt pad very quickly. In some areas with less rainfall or better draining soil, you could get away with having them tighter than we could here. But just for sake of conversation, let's talk about putting 2 cows. You should always get at least 2 cows. You can get away with a cow with just a goat or 2 or something like that. But cows are herd animals first and foremost, and they really like to be with other cows. So you can get away with having them with a couple goats or some sheep or something, but they really want to be with other cows. But for our example, let's do 2 cows and let's put them on a ½ acre of land. In that case, that is a very small amount of property for that many cows, but if you split that up into 3 sections, so 3 different pastures out of that ½ acre, and you were giving each section like a month rest at a time, and you were feeding hay throughout the year, you'd be fine with that. That would probably be the smallest that I would run personally in our area, is about a ½ acre of space for the cows, and then I would split that up to give each section a little bit of rest, anywhere from a couple weeks to a couple months. And then I would winter them only on one of those sections, really tear up one, and then try to do, first month of the summer on one, second month on the other, and then go back to that winter one. Should be pretty recovered by then. But understand, on that ½ acre with 2 cows, regardless of the size of the cow, you're going to be feeding hay throughout the year. So if you're doing that, you're going to have to consider storing that hay. That's going to take up a lot of space. and you're going to have to consider the quality of hay. I like to see cows on grass most of the time. If they're not on grass, they're eating a lot of hay, or their diet is more hay if their diet is hay more than 9 months out of the year, a little stutter there, I would like to see them on very high quality hay. So instead of focusing on pasture management practices or things of that nature, you're really going to have to focus on sourcing high quality hay and supplementing them with a high quality mineral. If you're adding grain to their diet, that's also something you can consider, is the type of grain that you're supplementing into their diet. All those things will make a big difference as far as how that cow thrives in that system. But it's definitely totally doable on a ½ acre. That's the smallest I would go personally. Understand that while I said it comes down to personal discretion, some municipalities won't agree with me. So really make sure before you get any animals to check with your local municipalities, because some of them you need at least 5 acres to have livestock. Some of them you need at least 10 acres to have livestock. Where I live personally, we have no zoning, so you can kind of do whatever you want. But every area is a little different. As you get closer to population centers, those rules become stricter and stricter. So look into that before committing to getting any animals, because usually those those rules don't just apply to cows. It's usually cows, goats, any sort of livestock. They'll try to make it like a blanket policy to keep people from having like chickens in the city or goats or something, things of that nature. So that's really the only thing you need to look into, and then how much good hay is, and sourcing good hay in your area. If you need it to math to make it make sense for you and your family, it might be hard depending on hay prices in your area, but that's just a personal decision that you want to make. If you are focused on raising your own beef and raising your own meat for your family, then that cost might be worth it to you, and having cows on, you know, if you don't have a lot of space, that half acre of land would be perfect for them. So maybe this would be a good system for you if that's really your only concern, is being responsible for what food is going into your family's bodies, which is more power to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you like this video, please like this video, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I really wanted to make this video just to, I know it's very simple and it sounds kind of dumb, but I just want people to understand that you don't need, you know, acres and acres of land to have cows. You can really do it on as small as a half acre and go up from there. Really the only difference between more land and less land is you get into less hay consumption and more into pasture management and managing that grass to milk that grass out for as long as you can throughout the year. But it really is that simple. They just need that mineral, grass, and hay when the grass runs out. And that's really it. Those few things I mentioned at the beginning. If you're finishing out the beef yourself, giving them a little bit of grain here and there, if you're looking to grain finish the cows. But besides that, that's really all a cow needs. It doesn't have to be a very complicated thing if you don't want it to be. So yeah, have a good day, and we'll see you later. Bye.